said the balance was delicate going into the season. A 2-2 series heading into Game 5 as Dallas fell behind by 8 early. But the bench started to get things going in the second quarter, and then Dirk went into, as our buddy Skin likes to say, beast mode in the third. But don't forget about Sean Marion and Tyson Chandler. Those two have brought it tonight. And we go to the fourth quarter with the Mavericks in front, 75-63 here in Game 5. Let's bring you inside American Airlines Center, where we bring you Mavs playoff basketball. Here on TXA 21, Mark Followell, Derek Harper, and Jeff Skinwade from 103.3 FM, ESPN, the flagship station of the Mavs radio network. And, of course, the entire first round is right here on TXA 21. Randy Roy on the dribble drive, quick shot up and good. Remember what he did in the fourth quarter just a little over 48 hours ago.
I don't want to remember it.
Barea with the dribble. Wesley Matthews went down.
Very impressive flop.
Dribble handoff to Jason Terry. A drive and a pull up, and that goes.
Just keep attacking. Don't settle offensively.
Tonight, by the way, with that make by Roy, he's got 5 points. He's 2 for 6. He gets into the lane. Dishes to Wesley Matthews. 3, no. Barea, Terry, Peja, Dirk, and Chandler, the Dallas lineup. And Peja gets inside the arc and hits it.
Shot fake by great jump shooters always frees them up for a better shot.
And the ball fake gets him in range for about an 18-footer rather than a 22-foot three-pointer in the corner. Matthews just took a three-ball from there and missed. Tough assignment here. Stojakovic defending Aldridge, backing him in. Chandler helps out defensively, and the double team forces a bad pass. Dirk to steal. Terry cross court to Barea. Dallas in front by 14. Terry calls for it. Oh, they got an offensive foul here on Dirk. Cleared out Brandon Roy, who looks like he might have gotten maybe a stinger or something like that afterwards.
Well, if you're going to get a foul, that's a good one for Dirk.
Yeah, there you go. It's also frustrating they had the double post situation going on. It wasn't spaced right. They couldn't get that steal and turn it into something good.
If they're going to call offense, make them feel it like he did.
Batum surveys the scene against the Maverick zone defense, which I would have to say that we've probably seen more of that tonight.
I feel like I haven't seen it much at all in the first 4 games. Defensive
3-second call. Scoreboards in the fourth quarter brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. And I'm sorry, that was not a defensive 3-second. It was a foul on Peja.
I think he grabbed Aldridge from behind, grabbed around the hips.
But going back to your point, though, Mark, we have seen that 3-second call before, and that's because both teams are in tune defensively, trying to help when the guys have their best offensive guy on the block.
And that's a double that moves Aldridge off the block and forced him to give up the ball. And Roy flicks up a wild shot at the end of the shot clock. Doesn't draw iron for a 24-second shot clock violation. 10 minutes on the button left, and Dallas up 79-65.
You credit Peja, you credit Chandler, you credit Jet. That was a great team defensive effort, forcing the 24-second shot clock violation.
Fantastic defense. That's what has Dallas Skin in control of this game right now, and has the defensive end.
And has us yelling a little bit because the crowd is live.
Both teams are shooting 46%. Portland has been turned over 13 times. Dallas has only committed 10 and only 3 since the first quarter. Little helter-skelter, a couple of passes off target. Possession down to 6, down to 5. Barea the drive, and Chandler wins the fight for the rebound and goes up and is fouled.
I love it. That was frustration on the part of Gerald Wallace because he just got owned inside.
It's a man's world.
And that was a man's rebound.
You better believe it.
There's nothing to discuss by the refs. There's nothing to see. Move along. It's a foul. Get on down the trail.
Here's a look at Tyson Chandler after the miss by J.J. Barea. Started this early, doing it late as well, dominating the offensive glass. Taking no prisoners.
The foul is on Brandon Roy, by the way, for his 4th foul. And Tyson Chandler, who has 13 points and 14 rebounds and was showered with adoration from the American Airlines Center crowd there after that little scrum.
Well, Mark, that's playoff basketball. What Tyson Chandler is doing right now, he's doing the dirty work. Offense going well for Dallas, but you're going to miss some shots. He's cleaning up that glass and making his presence felt down low.
10 offensive rebounds, by the way. And with this foul shot, Chandler will now have more free throws than Portland as a team. This will give Chandler 12 free throw attempts tonight. Dirk has 11 free throw attempts. The Blazers as a squad only have 11. They've made only 6.
He's doing it because he's hanging around the rim where stuff's going down. He's getting rewarded for it.
1 of 2 on the line. Roy the rebound. Miller finds Roy on the cut into the lane. Shot clock down to 8. Mavs up 80-65. And Miller loses the handle on the dribble. Does get a shot away. And Peja rebounds and miss. Mavs trying to regain control of the series. Peja, another shot fake, steps inside, comes up short. There he is again.
This is, when Portland goes small like that, they're a tougher offensive team, but Wallace trying to keep Chandler off the glass, that's a mismatch.
Drive to the hoop, Jason Terry, and then knocked out of bounds. Oh, and that's a travel because his shot didn't draw the iron, and he was the first person to touch it, so it's a Dallas turnover. Their 11th of the game. The Mavs own their biggest lead of the game right now. Game 5, 8:46 to go. Dallas up 80-65. 8:46 to go in Game 5. Dallas hasn't closed it out yet, but they're feeling good in front by 15 right now. They would love to be in position to close it out Thursday night in Portland for Game 6. And you can watch it with other MFFLs and the Mavs dancers and maniacs at the Hard Rock Cafe in Victory Park. Now, the game time has not officially been set. It could be at 9 or 9:30. We shall see. But we'll have it right here on TXA 21. That much I can assure you. Can't tell you when it's going to tip, 9 or 9:30, but it will be on TXA 21. Check your local listings. And my, San Antonio does officially go down. 104-86 is the final of the Dallas Morning News NBA scoreboard. Memphis wins it. They're up 3-1. The Grizzlies, who had never won a playoff game before this year. Andre Miller on the floor. Gosh, remember the kid in Minnesota who won a championship game with a shot like that a few years ago. Miller went down, missed a shot late in the clock. Dirk has it taken away. Turnover with just over 8 minutes to play. Back to Brandon Roy. Miller against Peja. Into the paint. Aldridge gave it up. Wallace a three. Nope. A rebound for Barea.
I think that last play by Aldridge needs to really wake the Mavericks up as to just how hard and aggressive the Blazers are going to play here. You can't start napping it all. They're still going to stay with it. And that aggressive play by Aldridge should wake them up a little bit. Got to stay in this.
Jason Terry fouled by Matthews. 2 in the quarter on Portland. For the entire series, for 4 games, the rebounding has been very, very even. For the whole series, Dallas has 2 more rebounds in 4 games in Portland. But tonight, after Barea just got that defensive board, as you see the foul, the Mavs have a 42-29 advantage overall on the glass tonight.
And it's just more aggressive, Skin. Yeah. I mean, they've been the aggressor on both the offense and defensive glass, and that's one of the things that have them in control.
It's the offensive rebounds the Mavs are getting tonight. It's really giving them a huge edge.
Another quick whistle on the Trailblazers there. Gerald Wallace with his 4th foul. That's the 3rd team foul on Portland. The Trailblazers have not had a basket in over 4 minutes. 10 on the shot clock. And Terry will hoist it from long range, and it rims out. That's the one area of the game where Dallas has not done well tonight. 2 of 14 on threes. But getting to the line 33 times. Getting 32 points in the paint. 14 second chance points have allowed the Mavs to build a 15-point lead. Wallace will go to the line here to try to trim it down to a 13-point game as Chandler just picked up his 4th foul.
Well, you talk about the Mavericks not shooting the 3 well, yet they're still in control of the game. And I think the difference has been for this basketball team tonight is getting to the free throw line, points in the paint, and just really playing with an overall force tonight.
Mavs free throw differential against Portland in this series is something we look at here in the Taco Bueno, More Bueno matchup. In the first two home games, it was a plus 14 for Dallas. It was a minus 11 in the two road games in Portland. But tonight, the advantage is a plus 21. Wallace just made two, though, for Portland. Post up, Dirk driving on Aldridge underneath, lays it in.
They're looking for the jump shot.
Yeah.
Dirk is using all of his game, putting the ball on the floor.
Under 7 to go. Inside, the Mavs shut the door on Wesley Matthews. To the perimeter to Wallace. He'll drive it. Roy driving. Going to be a perimeter shot and a rim out three for Matthews.
And push the tempo, try and get some early offense. It works for you.
The exchange between Kidd and Barea as Terry just checked out. Barea breaks down the defense of the drive. To the hoop, throws it in. Timeout, Portland. Barea's had more tough moments than good ones in this series, but he just gave Dallas their biggest lead here in the fourth quarter. 25 tonight for that big German. A defining performance in a game like this, much like Roy had for his Blazers on Saturday. You saw the Barea layup, the bench loves it. QSL Sports providing sports marketing services to the Mavs in China and throughout the world. Visit www.qsl.cn today. By Southwest Airlines new Rapid Rewards and limited reward seats and no blackout dates. By your Texas Ford dealers. To be the best in Texas, you have to be no Ford tough. By Dr. Pepper, there's nothing like a Dr. Pepper. And by Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Great times are waiting if Dallas closes out the next 6 minutes, 15 seconds. 84-67. Dallas in front. LaMarcus Aldridge steps back for a long two, and Barea with another board. He's had a couple here in the fourth quarter.
Dallas has really made their offense uncomfortable in the second half.
Portland shooting 42% for the game. Dallas shooting 45%. Aldridge pokes it out of Dirk's hands. 5 to shoot, driving, spinning, blocked by Aldridge, and out of bounds at a 24-second shot clock violation.
Yeah, and you don't want to see that. You know, they're at that point in the game where you think, all right, I want to take more time off the shot clock. I disagree. Just stay as aggressive as they have been. I think waiting around really hurt them on Saturday,
to say the least. Driving on Peja, Gerald Wallace. And, Peja did that to Brandon Roy the other day. Put him on the deck. Wallace goes down there.
He's been around. He knows what a hard playoff foul is. Make him earn it at the stripe.
Hey, if your nickname is the Serbian Sniper, you know what a hard foul is, right?
Who gave him that nickname?
The great Follow Easy sitting over there to our left.
Somehow sprung into my mind when he was knocking down 5 threes in game 2. I'm into alliteration, so that's why I had to go that route.
When I informed him that that was his new nickname, he looked at me like I was trying to sell him something he didn't want. I don't need that so much. I'm good.
He looked at me the same way when we interviewed him after a game in Houston earlier this year. It's not you. Normally it is, but in this case, it's not you, man.
I'll tell you what, he does look down and admire my Chucks, because as you've seen, Peja likes to rock Chucks when he leaves the arena, so we're brothers in Chucks.
84-69 after a couple of free throws were hit by Gerald Wallace. Terry's back into the game. We got Marion back in. Dirk and Barea went out. Jason Terry with a shot off target. Obviously trying to get just a brief breather here, you would think, for Dirk, as Batum, no good on a 3. Follow miss by Aldridge. No one had a body on him, and he soared in, but just did not complete the putback finish. Under 5 to go. Driving, Kidd to the basket, first points.
And that is what you have to do. If they're going to pressure you, they're going to overplay you defensively. Boom, go right around him and attack that rim.
Perfect time for a guy like Jason Kidd to really understanding the situation, totally in control as a veteran point guard.
And a dump off made by Matthews, knocked away. Dallas on the run out. Marion from Terry, blocked from behind. Ricochets out to Kidd. All alone, Peja, the Serbian sniper! Hits bullseye! And with that, the lead is 20. Well, they have cranked up Stevie Ray Vaughan's "The House is a-Rockin'" here at American Airlines Center, and I'd say that is a fitting description. With 4:24 to go in the fourth, Peja drills the three. Dallas, Game 5 at home against Portland, lead at 89-69. They have gotten by far the biggest performance in this series from Tyson Chandler. 11 offensive rebounds is a new playoff career high and ties the Maverick playoff record set by Roy Tarpley in May of 1988. The most overall rebounds in a Dallas playoff game is Dirk with 21. And Chandler has 18 boards overall. Inside, Andre Miller with a score. Closing in on 4 minutes left. And Kidd will bring it all the way up the floor. Peel back, might have passed up a shot.
He had a shot, but...
And nearly a steal. Kidd gets the loose ball back. And he will launch from long range. And it's Chandler now setting the new record for the most offensive rebounds in a Maverick playoff game.
Is there any doubt that Roy Tarpley's watching this game right now in total approval?
Terry hounded inside by Aldridge. Marion over Miller, no. Wallace with a rebound, under 3.5 minutes to play. Wallace cross court. Wesley Matthews run off the line. And Batum pulls the string on a three. Terry leaked out. He'll take the shot. He'll flush it. Look out below as Jason Terry gets the one-hand jam.
Dallas challenging the three-point shots. Long shot, long rebound. Jason Kidd up the floor to Terry.
Double team forces it out of Wallace's hands and in the passing lane. It was almost stolen by Peja. Nearly got a fingertip on it. Batum drills a three. While Dallas has shot poorly from the arc tonight at 3 of 16, with that make, the Blazers are only 4 of 16. Marion with a runner. Wallace with a rebound, under 2.5 to go. On the fouls, each team has one more foul to give right now. They're both at 3 for the quarter. And there's a foul right there as the feet get tangled up between Kidd and Matthews. The foul on Kidd is his 4th.
He does such a good job of taking charges. Just a little bit of a move on that slide, trying to stay in front of Matthews.
And that's the last foul that Dallas had to give. In the 157 previous 7-game NBA playoff series that were at 2-2, the Game 5 winner won 130 times. Over 82%. Dallas is up by 15 points, 2:11 to go. This doesn't put it in the books by any stretch, but it sure does feel a heck of a lot better than it felt 48 hours ago. Jason Terry leaks out here after the Batum three came up short. Kidd head up, found Terry, shows off the hops. The Mav lead right now is 15 with 2:11 to play as Dallas takes timeout. Games to get to this stage of the year, the NBA playoffs, round 1. We've brought every one of these highly competitive, intense games to you right here on TXA 21. And we're going to be bringing you one more for sure on Thursday, and if necessary, Game 7 on Saturday, right here on TXA 21. The third quarter helped to start breaking open, and the Mavs have extended the lead to as many as 20 here in the fourth. Up right now by 15. They just took a timeout. Late in the shot clock, it's Kidd giving to Dirk, driving, hanging, missing, tipped up, kept alive, Aldridge rebounds. Twice, Dallas is led by 20. You don't want to do that. They can score with the clock stopped here with 1:40 to go.
Last thing you want to do.
No free points. You also want to keep that defensive pressure up as well. You don't want them to kind of get in this habit of they dribble down and do whatever they want.
So with 100 seconds remaining, on the line, Wallace. Wallace has 12 tonight, getting 13 now, his second highest scoring game of the series. One more look at the schedule. Check your local listings. The other series and how some games play out tomorrow will have the final impact on whether or not the game Thursday night will be at 9 or 9:30 here on TXA 21. And if necessary, Game 7 on Saturday night. Right here at American Airlines Center. By virtue of winning 57 regular season games compared to 48 for Portland, the Mavs have the luxury of that 7th game at home. But you don't go to Portland playing like, oh, well, you've got Game 7 at home.
Oh, no.
Oh, no is right. Terry from Berea, 6 to shoot. Terry to the baseline, going left a step back. And the rebound for Chris Johnson, who just went into the game. They've got Aldridge out of there right now. Portland has made a run here. They've just scored 9 straight. And a foul to give situation here, committed right at half court with 1:05 to go. Watch Berea's right arm here on this play underneath, by the way. Gonna take a shot on the behind his shoulder, back of his elbow, back of his shoulder. From Chris Johnson.
If you're Dallas, you want to finish this game aggressive. Finish the game up.
Inside a minute to go. And a foul committed by Wesley Matthews at 53.4 left. Well, this was a game that the narrative going into it was obvious. Brandon Roy had been just beyond sensational in what he did Saturday. There were a lot of doubters for Dallas. There were a lot questioning if the same old playoff Mavericks were making a reappearance. And they haven't advanced to the second round by any stretch, but certainly tonight's performance, I think, has had to impress all who've seen it.
Well, I think, one of the things that's new about this team is Tyson Chandler. I just saw an interesting tweet. Kevin Pelton of Basketball Prospectus said the last guy to have this many offensive rebounds in a playoff game since 1991, Shaq had 14. Wow. Tyson Chandler now going all the way back to 91, second highest with what he's done tonight.
And that is 12 offensive rebounds?
12 so far by my count.
And 20 total.
Now he's got 13, sorry. So one behind Shaq, and there is nothing about that performance since like anything in the last several years in the playoffs for the Mavs.
Kid just made a couple of free throws. Terry eludes Chris Johnson. They back off. 20,800 made their way into American Airlines Center tonight to watch this one, all up on their feet chanting, "Let's go Mavs." A Terry three is no good. 20 seconds to go. Patty Mills has gone into the ball game. He throws up ahead to Chris Johnson. The Mavs foul with 18 seconds to go. Foul was on Berea. And a couple of subs here. Stevenson and Cardinal go into the game. And Dirk and Kidd check out. And this is the first time in the playoffs that Jan Mahimi's gone in, and this gives Tyson Chandler a chance to exit stage right to a big round of applause, you'd have to think, with a 14-point, 20-rebound game tonight.
Give that man some love.
Give him some love for sure.
Come on now.
Give the Mavericks some love. Their overall attack was really good tonight. I thought they did a good job, Mark, of not settling just for jump shots, but mixing the game up on the offensive end, and their defense was phenomenal. 40
points in the paint is the most that Dallas has had in any game in this series. 36 was the previous best. The 33 free throws that Dallas tried tonight is also the most that they've attempted in a game in this series. Chris Johnson with a couple of free throws. The 25-year-old rookie. Earl Barron is in the game late here for Portland, seeing his first action of the playoffs, and Armand Johnson is in. Brian Cardinal, big pick set on Patrick Mills there at center court. One last little shot here at the end of the game. Maria dribbling out the clock, and that will do it. 93-82, Dallas wins Game 5. They take a 3-2 series lead, and they will head to Portland to the Rose Garden and try to close it out in a very difficult road environment Thursday night.